Hey folks, it's time for yet another custom lesson. This one has been requested by Nioh. Yeah, I butchered that, I'm sorry. The request is as follows. Guardian Spirit Ho-Oh and then Sohaya. Soul cores will be Nightmare Bringer, Fuki, Magatsu, Tate, Eboshi, and then anything else preferably low cost and quick. Weapons will be Odachi and Tonfa. The enemy, as showcased in the thumbnail, will be a Shutendoji on crack. I've just fought Tate Eboshi a bunch, and the Ren Hayabusa I just didn't want to do this time. Maybe I'm a chicken, I don't know. But let's just showcase what I'm using. I'm using purity-based weapons this time, purity-based Tonfa, as you can see here. I have the anima bonus on grapple, which is very helpful. I wish I had life drain active skill, but I haven't had the fortune of getting this yet. This isn't the most necessary, and as a reminder, I just like to have demon horde weapons for these custom lessons, so I just don't have to farm like super crazy powerful soul cores. But it doesn't matter if you've got good anima anyway. Demon horde Odachi has purity, life drain active skill. Also got lucky with key damage, great. But let's get on to the guardian spirits and soul cores, beginning with Ho-Oh. So let's start in order here, I guess. We have Magatsu Warrior, and the reason I put it on Ho-Oh as opposed to Sohaya is simply because I thought, and I know that anima charge bonus cumulative damage here, this one that it has, is better on a Phantom than on a Feral, simply because Feral already has that with the anima charge bonus, so put it on Phantom. It feels like a freebie. For that reason, get this up to rank 30. It's super valuable. This is a great stat here. That's a great stat. And if you're lucky and able to get Life Drain Yokai ability hit on any of your cores, it's awesome. If you can get Yokai ability key pulse, for sure, get it on one of the 3 cores. That's all I really care about. This is a luxury. This is a must-have. For a quick cancel core, I went with Toxic Slime. This is highly spammable and also very effective against Shutendoji to inflict poison, of course, which he is not resistant to. Feel free to boost this one up. I didn't, but I would recommend it. If you're lucky and can get a good anima bonus, great. Yokai ability Key Pulse is redundant. Next we have Tate Eboshi. You don't really need to boost this up to 30 unless you're really attached to Yokai Shift and being able to earn more Amrita particles to fill up your gauge. But yeah, I didn't really go all the way. You can if you want, but not really necessary. It is nice to get the increased attack buff, but this doesn't scale whatsoever. Yokai ability Key Pulse, as you can see, is a bit redundant. You only need it one time. And so yeah, that's Ho-Oh. We've got a lot of powerful cores, and anima generation can be a little tricky. So you may need to use some, I guess, better cores than I have in terms of anima bonuses, if you get lucky, or just use certain jutsu to facilitate that. Or demon horde weapons like I did. Next we have Sohaya. So Sohaya I put Nightmare Bringer on because, well, I can't put it on Ho-Oh. It's 10 attunement. It's not gonna fit. It's not gonna fit all on Ho-Oh. So on Sohaya, with Nightmare Bringer, given that I'm using purity weapons, there's no point in boosting the soul core whatsoever. I don't do any corruption damage. I don't get any anima charge from awakened weapons. So these stats are effectively dead. But if you do use corrupted weapons, boost this up to 30. Or if you get a good anima bonus that you like, which I did not, then yeah, can boost it there as well. Another quick cancel core is going to be Maelstrom Oni-bi. You don't need to boost this one up either. I didn't. All I cared about was the Yokai ability Key Pulse. So I picked Water because if you purify an enemy, you get 50% extra key damage. And then if you inflict Saturate, it's an extra 20% regular damage. But then Confusion takes in place, and then they take an extra 50% damage. So in total, you basically neuter their key recovery and make them take 50% extra key damage and 70% extra damage. It is comically hilarious. That is redundant. It is comical, and it is really powerful. So yeah, Water and Purity, pretty crazy. Last but not least, we had Fuki as a request. So Fuki you could put on Ho-Oh or Sohaya, but I just put it on Sohaya because Sohaya does laser beams, Fuki does big key bullet beams, and sure, yeah, that's it. That's the entirety of the reasoning. Given that we have more attunement, you do have other options for soul cores, but honestly, Maelstrom, Oni-bi, and Toxic Slime are great soul cores for quick elemental applications, and yeah, they're pretty fast. So definitely a lot of fun to work with. And I really didn't want to go too crazy onto like having more expensive cores. I wanted low-cost cores. I could have used Aberrant Soldier, but I figured that would kind of conflict with Fuki anyway, because, you know, they occupy similar territories. But yeah, it's basically dealer's choice, and this is what I personally chose. But alright, let's get on to the Yokai Shift business. So when it comes to Yokai Shift, I guess let's just pop it right away, and then just show you what you can do with Ho-Oh. This is kind of interesting. You can do a lot of toxic slime stuff, teleport in, Magatsu Warrior. If you have the fortune of doing Ho-Oh into Tate Eboshi, go for it. It can be pretty devastating. But by and large, you've got pretty much, like, I want to say crazy commitment cores in terms of animation. So just be wary with how things are used. You can definitely spam Toxic Slime over and over again and purify a target, and it can be pretty fun. But just be mindful of how it gets used. With Sohaya, things are a little easier. You can combo more effortlessly with this, and I'll show you after I kill this Yoki and start from scratch. Sohaya is a little easier to combo with just because we have some quicker cores to combo with in general. So you can open up with Sohaya. If you have Nightmare Bringer as a beginning, great. Chances are you may not. But yeah, if you do, it's pretty crazy. Because yeah, you can potentially apply confusion. But more than likely, probably have to dodge back Sohaya, Fuki, and then you can combo pretty effortlessly. Like so, and it can be devastating. Nightmare Bringer is going to be the weird one to use, but if you can use it, great. I mean, just the ability of basically being able to apply all the elements is pretty wild, as you can see there. I guess I'll showcase each against a human, and it can be devastating, but it can also be pretty tricky to use. Really? Crazy, huh? But yeah, Ho-Oh is definitely going to be the weird one to work with, just because it just feels kind of wonky. Alright, what do we got? Can't really survive it, but it is overall on the intense side. So one more time against each of these folks. And if it was still alive, Magatsu Warrior. Alright, one last time against a Yoki, and then that's it for Yokai Shift stuff. Pretty nice. Pretty devastating. So yeah, definitely a lot of fun to work with. It's very powerful. But yeah, let's just showcase how to work with this for the soul cores and the weapon play, right? For the bread and butter sequence, we've got a lot to work with the weapons. I want to say that this setup really depends more on weapon-based play than anything else. So just be wary of that. We don't have a brute counter, so we do need to be a little wary of how we're pairing things together. But it can be very devastating when you do learn how to really incorporate these. As you can see, speed is not really going to be too much of a concern. Anytime you can create some distance, you're actually alright. As you can see, devastated. Oh, brought him back to life, killed him again. With purity, yokai aren't really going to be as much of an issue. Especially if you can demon dance, which can be very handy. Very nice. Nightmare Bringer is arguably going to be the trickiest one to use. So if you got good anima generation, great. Come on. Sweet! Let's do some more. Sweet! Let's see what Tate can do. Can you do stuff? Yeah, you can kill stuff. But yeah, this is really gonna be weapon heavy in my opinion. Here we go. And right, because it's so weapon heavy, that's why I have Oni-bi, which is great. Works pretty well. Alright, let's have some fun. Nice, headshot. Yeah, that can happen. I actually learned that from the YouTuber Kagera. That specifically anyway. So let me replicate that. Actually, I'll put damage numbers on just so you can see. Just for this part. Then I'll take them back off. So if you want to know how much Fuki does normally, 2,400. Okay, ready? There you go. Now you know. Ah, man. Thank you, Kage, for that. That was awesome. So yeah, if you can learn how to use these things together, it can be dramatically powerful. Really? Here. No. Up in the air, dude. Okay, I guess not. Okay, thanks. You wanna do it again? We'll do it again. Oh, it didn't work that time! No biggie, he's dead. Cool, though. Couple more things, and I think we can call it here. Beautiful. Alright, let's try more things against the Yoki. Nice key. Gosh, Fuki's ridiculous. Awesome. Couple more things. Dude, this is addictive, man. You'll have a lot of fun with this. Alright, what you got? How's your key going? Demon Dance is fun. Who would have thought? Oh yeah, spammable core. Yeah, be careful when you use Toxic Slime. Alright, you know what? One more thing from each guy. I'm enjoying the murder. Nice. But yeah. In short, make sure you play in your Nightmare Bringers, Tate Eboshis, and Magatsu Warriors. Which is basically half the package. But if you can manage those, this can be absolutely devastating. I'm curious, will you die? Will you die? Yeah, you'll die. You're dead. So yeah, this can be very powerful, but in general, plan your superpower core moves, and on top of that, make sure you've got good anima generation. If you got that covered, you'll be alright. But yeah, let's just showcase in the gameplay showcase. I said that twice. I'll see you guys momentarily. Alright, so you guys know the drill. Now, this time I'm not in a Scroll of the Damned because I don't think there's a purple crack doji out there whatsoever, but this mission is still pretty difficult even if you are partnering with Minamoto no Yoromitsu, because she's not necessarily the most helpful and crack doji will just straight up murder you in like a hit or two if you're not paying attention. He packs quite a punch. Also, I think in this mission his health is a little inflated because you do have a co-op partner, so that doesn't mean it's gonna be particularly easy. So, okay. In any case, back to the action. With Shuten Doji, my priority is to try to whittle him down as quickly as I can. He is unfortunately a little resistant to confusion, so he's able to get into the Dark Realm. I'm able to inflict poison, or I was, prior to him shifting to the Dark Realm, and I'm just trying to make sure I can keep a good rhythm going. So I'm keeping some distance, I'm using Toxic Slime, and trying to spam it so that I can poison him and have an easier time to deal with him, because that damage over time is not something you should underestimate at all. Alright, got a burst attack down. See, my priority is to get that poison off on him and just maintain it so the fight's a lot easier. Tonfa with their Demon Dance is going to be very clutch in this fight because he does all sorts of really quick attacks, and with Purity based Tonfas, it can get a little easier with that. Alright, let's see if I can apply Purity on him. Doesn't look like I had any luck, but I applied Saturate, which just means he's going to take more damage. A soul core that's going to be really helpful here is going to be Fuki, simply because that ranged key damage, which if you didn't know is on the same level of Ippon, is actually really handy in this fight. So yeah, I'm trying to pressure him as much as humanly possible. It's still really, really difficult because he's so resistant to confusion. So yeah, this is a very challenging fight, but as you can see, I'm able to maintain close range to him. Alright, sweet, got that burst attack countered. Nightmare Bringer, I don't know how effective it is in this situation because he's resistant to fire. Ooh, looks like it was effective enough and to get me into Yokai Shift. But he's resistant to water now because I've applied water quite a bit. But it's still pretty handy to use just to have something combo alongside me. The the electrified effect can be very handy. I'm trying to capitalize on it. I don't think I'm fully able to, so I'm just doing non-stop attacks as much as possible. I realize I'm probably not going to get a good opportunity for Ho-Oh, so I just switch over to it, use Magatsu Warrior, and yeah, have it assist me in getting a lot of damage. And I'm able to actually get a full Tate Eboshi, which is super handy. And I'm sure that this footage is kind of make it seem like Shuten Doji is kind of on the easier side because I've had a good grasp on him, but I think anybody knows if you fight Crack Doji, he will just destroy you mercilessly. So it's very critical to maintain that confidence in this fight. And tools like Demon Dance from Tonfa can be so effective. Oh look, bye Yoromitsu. You're useless, what a surprise. And look at that key damage that Fuki does, it's so handy. Tonfas and Odachi when paired together can be extremely effective damage-wise. You just can avoid stuff, you can be really fast, and it's extra spicy. Alright, let's see what I can do here. I used Fuki, and in its current form it wasn't that effective, it didn't do the most damage. So now I'm just like, whatever, Nightmare Bringer, do Nightmare Bringer things, and let's finish you off with some Odachi slices. Nice. So yeah, it looked like I got a good grasp on that, and that's because this setup does allow for that potential. You probably didn't even notice the anima, and that's what makes this awesome. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.